Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be making goat milk soap. Taylor's over here trying to make me laugh. We are making black raspberry vanilla. So I made this last year and it was very popular. So we are going to be making black raspberry vanilla goat milk soap. We are going to be using the magenta, Taylor, stop. We're going to be using the magenta mica clay for the raspberry look. We've got this pewter, I think it's called pewter. We're going to be using pewter silver mica for the swirl, as you can tell in here. So we're going to be using those two colors to get the colors that we want. And then we're also going to be keeping some of it white for the vanilla part. Okay, so I have my goat milk cubes here. We have 11 ounces of that. And then I also have sodium hydroxide. We are using 4.7 ounces of sodium hydroxide. So I'm going to add this to my goat milk cubes and start stirring it. Shouldn't take too long to get it to melt, usually about 10 minutes, and then we're good to go. If you haven't watched our other videos that I've been making, I just posted recently the video for the peppermint goat milk soap. Boy, does that smell good. A little bit more. All of our soaps are listed on our Etsy store, and that is under Danny's Dream Acres. So you can always check that out. We do shipping within the United States. We do not do international shipping at this time. If you live locally, you can pick up here at the farm and you don't have to pay the shipping charges. And there's a code at the top of my Etsy page that tells you what to put in the coupon or the code area so that the fees are waived for you. All right, let's get a temperature. Almost melted. Okay, our temperature's good. It's holding at 80, but we need to get all of these milk cubes melted. Thank you. Okay, we are holding steady at 80 degrees. So we're going to keep stirring and then we'll check the temperature again. And what we do is we want it to start counting backwards down into the 70s. That will tell me that all of my sodium hydroxide has dissolved. And then be ready for our next step, which is to strain it. Okay, we're good. All right, so now I'm going to dump this into here, to my little extra bowl here. And then Taylor's going to rinse this out. I want to make sure that I'm starting with a clean bowl. Okay, Taylor, can you go rinse that, honey? Okay, so now we are going to strain into this. Pass me the strainer, please. And we're going to make sure that all of the sodium hydroxide has dissolved. I want to get all of that pushed through there. You won't feel any big chunks of sodium hydroxide, so that's good. Okay, that's good. We're good to go. All right, lay that there. Okay, so now we're going to add our oils. And the oils we are using are coconut oil, palm oil, canola oil, olive oil, castor oil, and vitamin E. It's all good stuff for your skin, especially that vitamin E and the coconut oil. Really good. We're going to add almost all of this in here, but I am going to reserve a little bit to add to my mica clays. Save this. We're going to move this aside for a second. And we're going to put some oil in this one. And then some oil in the pink one. Just a little, enough to get it stirred up. And then we're going to add the rest in here. Okay. That is trash. Okay, so I'm going to stir these first before I start messing around with my other mixture, because I want to make sure that this gets dissolved really well so that there's no big clumps. That one looks good. Try to get the majority of it off. And then we're going to go to our magenta color. Okay, I think we are good to go on that one also. Yep, all right. We're going to move these aside because we're not ready to do anything with them yet. I'm going to bring this one back. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir to kind of mix that milk and lye mixture in with the oils before I put the hand blender to it. Now, since I am swirling this, I don't want it to get too thick because then it'll glop and I won't get that nice swirl that I want. Okay, we're also going to go on ahead and add our scent, which is from Brambleberry, the black raspberry vanilla. So we're going to go on ahead and add that now. Now, sometimes this can make the soap go to trace a lot quicker, so we're going to watch that real carefully. Okay, I think that's good. It smells so good. All right, let's give that a little stir, and then I'm going to put the stick blender on it. Okay. Alrighty. Stop there because it's already starting to get a little bit thick and I don't want to go too far to where I won't be able to mix it into here. Okay, so we're going to pour some in here and we're also going to pour some in here. Okay, and then we're going to just let that sit for a minute and we're going to mix these up. And then I'm going to put the stick blender in these really quick just to get it mixed up real good. All right. So let's add the stick blender to this really quick just to kind of okay, we're going to move on to the silver color. And it's starting to get a little bit thick. Okay. I don't think I need to do the cream colored one anymore. I have a feeling that it's probably thickened up a little bit as it's been sitting there. So we're not going to mess with that one anymore. So let's check it out. Yeah, see, it's already gotten quite thick. So we're going to give that a good stir to kind of loosen that up a little bit. All right. So now we're going to start mixing. I'm going to remove this out of the way. That right there. It's out of the way. Remove that so that we have all the working room here that we need. All right. So I do have my little stick here that I'm going to do some of the swirling with. All right, so we're going to start with the white. Just do a thin layer on the bottom. Yeah, it's setting up pretty quickly. Okay. We're going to do our pink. Let's give this a stir. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to give a quick little stir here with this, and then I'll do my other stick. It's going to be pretty. Okay. So now we're going to do back to the white again. Okay. And then we'll do the gray again. Right. It's getting thick. Doesn't take long for it to get a little bit thick on you. All right, so then I'm going to pick this up and I'm going to use the thicker side. And I'm just going to kind of blend this layer. Okay, that looks good. Give some more white. I think this is going to be the end of the white. And I don't think I'm going to swirl this one. I'm going to try to have a layer of the vanilla, as I call it, that we can see. And I'm going to gently spread it to the edges. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to set that aside. We're going to finish up with the gray. Let's give it a stir. And I'm going to try to only swirl the gray and the pink so we can have a layer of that white. But I'm not sure if that'll work or not. But that's the fun part about this, is when you cut it, then you get to see the surprise and the magic of what you made, which is always a lot of fun. Put that in there. We're going to kind of, it's getting slippery. Okay, now the pink, the rest of the pink, I'm going to kind of go around the outside. I got a little bit messy with this one. Usually I'm a lot cleaner than this, but this was a messy one. But that's okay. The messy ones turn out to be fun. All right, so I'm going to use my stick again. And we're going to just try to swirl just this color on the top. Try not to bother that vanilla color. Isn't that pretty? Oh, pulled a little bit of the vanilla up, but that's okay. And I may not do anything more than this, because that's kind of pretty. that swirl. Yeah, that's pretty. But I like to do it a little bit, so we're gonna just barely pick it up just on this one side. All right, there we go. And there's that one. So there we go. So now we're going to clean up the outside. And then we're going to give it a little bit of a bounce. We're going to need air bubbles up. And then we're going to be ready to put it in the refrigerator. I think I'm going to have to, I should have bounced it before this. I don't know what I was thinking. So I'm going to have to redo my little scoops here. That's okay. There we go. There we are. And then maybe we'll do a little bit of a swirl here. There we are. Just enough on the top. All right, there we go. Okay guys, so that's the end of this video. So I will let you guys know how this turns out. We're gonna cut it in a couple of days. So stay tuned for the end of this video when we cut it. All right guys, see you soon.